Hello and welcome to my new video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lex. Today we are going to be going through some ideas actually for Happy Home Paradise. If you missed it, this is the new DLC for Animal Crossing where you can build vacation homes for Animal Crossing villagers and all of the NPCs if you have their amiibo. I think it is adorable, and so many creators have come forward and made amazing designs already. Here we're on Maryland's RA code. I don't know what RA stands for, if it stands for anything, but it's the code you get after you design a certain number of homes in the DLC where people can visit your builds. I think that is so cute. So here we're on Savannah's vacation home, little island, and I mean, how beautifully is this designed? The color combinations here are amazing. They go together so well. Let's head inside and take a look at this. If you didn't already guess based on the outside, Savannah has asked for a desert oasis, and I think Maryland did just a fantastic job with this interior too. I love how it feels like the back is like a deck, so it's like outdoors in the back, like a kind of porch almost. That is so cool. It does take a bit to unlock things like these pillars that you see, the partition wall, but it's so worth it to be able to make designs like this. The talent. Next up is this incredible build called Eureka. This is where Coco and Bon Bon live together, and first of all, the ambiance here is just amazing. I love the fact that there are just butterflies out here, little babies, and also the fog. Such a nice touch, and apparently you can get this to happen by messing around with the rain function and the time of day, but I haven't done it yet. I think the interior is incredible too. I think Tyler has such a unique style, and it just turns out beautiful every single time. I mean, look at this room. How creative is this? How beautiful. I love the mix of furniture, the abundance of ceiling items that are in this build. Love to see it. This is the upstairs room for this house, and again, it is just so beautiful. I think the color combos again that we're seeing are just out of this world. I wish that I had like 10% of the interior design talent that we're seeing right now. I mean, look at the little log pack on the wall. I'm crying. This is just so cute. One of the most beautiful exteriors I've seen so far in Happy Home Paradise is this one, the Author's Retreat, built for Dobie, and how precious is that all on its own. But I think the creator chose the perfect island layout for this. You know, we have the set islands on the archipelago, and this one with all of the waterfalls is so soothing and peaceful. Definitely somewhere I, as a writer, would love to go and write my next book. Also, the interior is so peaceful. I always forget myself about the polishing effects, and look at this little item right at the door. I just love seeing all of the new furniture in action through these builds. I'm so glad we can visit each other in Happy Home Paradise because it's so inspiring. And also, look at this, he has writing utensils. Next up, try to guess whose house this is. I think it's so beautiful, and I love how lush it feels with all of these trees. I love the time of day. It's so peaceful yet again, and the cherry blossoms falling are so beautiful. This home belongs to Shino, the precious new deer villager that we have. Look at this. It's a Japanese theater. Look at her. She is so cute. I think this is my first time actually interacting with her here on Happy Home Paradise. Look at her go. I think it was so clever to use these little Moroccan stools as seats for the theater. They definitely match the vibe of the room, and we also get to see the lighting in action because this room has the sort of pink lighting going on. I haven't tampered with that either, but it works perfectly here, and I also, of course, appreciate the symmetry. I couldn't resist sharing these two roommates because they're two of my favorites. It's Patty and Deirdre here on this build, and they have this cute little autumn besties build. That's literally what it's called, which is, you already know I'm gonna say it, it's so cute. But look at this. I think it's so cool how many different layouts we've created for ourselves out of these basic islands we got. Look at this interior. The use of the pillars, first of all, is just genius, but everything about this is so precious. They have their own little sections in the room, and they've kind of chosen their sides too here for us as we come in. So Patty is here on the right, and then Deirdre is over on the left. I just think this looks so good. All of the furniture is amazing. Again, it's so cool going through these builds because you really get to look at all of the new furniture we're working with, because, you know, other players might have access to things that you yourself have not gotten yet. And it's just cool to run across them randomly in these little builds. On a completely different note from that autumn paradise we just got to witness, this little bestie has her own spa. How cool is that? I love the colors here. I have recently really gotten into the pink hues in Animal Crossing. They have so many good pieces of furniture and so many plants that just look stunning in pink. So I appreciate this a lot. Look at this interior again. We have really impressive polishing done. I love that the plants specifically have been polished to show butterflies. The butterfly effect just kills me. It is so beautiful, and I feel like we're going to continue to see innovation with that because you can actually make effects with custom designs. So like I've seen someone do bats. Excited to see where that goes. But back to this room, I think it is so well structured. I like how it's separated here with these plant partitions and there are beds. It definitely does feel like an authentic spa, and these little robes in the front are so cute. Look at them go. We've also got like little wardrobes, or I didn't mean to get it looks like I'm having a stare down with this lamp. Look at how intense I'm staring. What the heck? Look at my okay, I need to get out of here. Anyway, thank you so much to this creator for making such a cool spa, and let's see what we have going on next. Okay, I've pulled it together, and I think this one is super creative. Here we have Winnie, and she has her own little day at the races. Look at those stables. I love the new covered wagon item that we can see here, and I think it was really cool to put some wheat fields in, including these like weeds that are kind of like stand-in wheat fields and also tumbleweed vibes, and the cacti. We're seeing a lot of new stuff, and it all looks amazing. Just to summarize, let's see the inside. It is a horse race, literally. How cool is that? You can imagine these little horses sprinting around the I guess they gallop, they don't sprint, but you know what I mean. Also the use of storefronts on the side. I just think this is a really innovative build. I think this is really inspiring, and I could live here, actually. My friend Marina has done it again with this build, definitely not inspired by a real life restaurant. Here we have McNuckles, and I just think this is so cool. Look at Dobie having his little lunch. We love to see it. I also think that this is so realistic to a real life restaurant. We have the fryers, the counters that kind of separate, you know, the back from the front. You have your pickup counter as well as the cash register, the sweets on the side with their own little menu at the top that's like more colorful. All in all, I was astounded by this. It looks amazing. It looks so realistic. And the little water puddle with the sign, I never would have thought to do that, but it looks perfect here. I tried talking to Sasha, and he actually spoke to me. He said, here's your bill, and don't forget your receipt, or me, Hoppity. He's precious. Anyway, love this, and Marina, once again, you're so talented. Thank you. I was pleased to get to visit one of my underrated favorites, Willow, here on her Coffee Lovers Island. I love this interior. I think it is so cute. Love the wheat field item being used here, and also the pine bonsai table I imagined was kind of like Willow's own attempt to grow coffee. I don't know how that happens, but That's my headcanon for this build. I also really enjoyed the interior. We've got this huge kitchen, which I thought was fitting since the focus of the build was coffee. Definitely needed this big kitchen space, and the detail was just admirable. I love the way the partition walls are used to make the room smaller a little bit by taking out these corners of the room. That was so clever to me. Also, the little afternoon tea set. I loved all of the little furniture items that went into this build, and I think Willow deserves this level of beauty. Moving right along, this next house is good for the environment. It's an eco-friendly setting, and I just wanted to show how many plants were outside before we ventured to this beautiful indoor area. Look at the little kangaroo with her baby. I wanted to use the new camera views for this one because I thought it was appropriate given just how detailed this was, and the use of partition walls I think made it difficult to appreciate with the regular camera, but this way you could really see what was going on and love it just like I do. Look at all of these plants, the botanical rug. I just thought this was so well planned out and partitioned, and this little kitchen with the baby chair. The baby chair was such a nice touch since this villager does in fact have a baby. We love to see it. Also, I love this little entryway, the way the door is only halfway open because of the little thing in front of it, but it looks so natural. Another island I cannot wait to share with— I keep calling these islands, is that what they are? You know, they're on islands, they're on this archipelago. I think Maria might be very cold here, but this is Daisy's little Christmas house. Look at it! I love how this room is sectioned off. It's kind of like a studio apartment type beat. We've got this kitchen here, and then the bed with the little dollies and teddy bear in front, which is so cute. And then also milking cookies for Santa Claus on the table. I could cry. I think this looks amazing. I also love the different color tablecloths here to emphasize the Christmassy colors. It's just such a happy build, I think. Such a happy place to be. And little Daisy, of course, is one of my favorites. She deserves this holiday joy. I also reacted at her on accident, like I didn't mean to do this, and she did it back. I gotta go. I was super excited to see this creator's take on Joey's request for a cafe that is also a spa. So here on the outside, we kind of do get the cafe aesthetic with that little cup on the table, and obviously a bit of a spa vibe with the cypress bath, but indoors it was amazing. Look at this little spa, the way it's sectioned off. We've got the cypress baths in the well, they're not even cypress baths. I can't even remember the name for these baths, but they're really pretty and they're in the back. And I got really distracted because this curtain moves as you pass under it. The detail in this game really gets me, but these were so cute. Love the sandals at the end of the bed. I think it's kind of rough that Nintendo made these baths run all the time. There's no way to turn them off. That seems really bad for the environment, but go off. Anyway, the spa itself is absolutely stunning, and wow, I want to rest here. I need you all to buckle up and get ready for this one because it blew my mind, but this is Mira's house of the future. I mean, look at the outdoor already. It feels like so advanced, but this interior— oh my goodness, I could have stayed here all day just looking at all the details this creator managed to work in. But like, again, we have a really nicely partitioned house going on, and it kind of feels like this is a spaceship or at least a flying house because of the front part. Look at Mira here, she's like cooking. Also, she's got this science pod where she's doing research on a robot. You know, good for her. A woman in STEM, you could say. But I thought this was precious, this little TV setup, and the TV itself has a sort of glowy vibe going on. That's definitely a futuristic thing. I was also super curious about this little pod. I was wondering if you could get in it, and you can. That's right, look at it, and it lights up when you get in it. This is definitely a futuristic house. I loved it. But this is what I was talking about. Look at this control panel, and the accent wall used makes it seem like this whole house is a spaceship of sorts. Or, you know, like some kind of air travel abled house. Anyway, this is such a unique and incredible build, 12 out of 10. Next, I had the pleasure of visiting this insanely stunning build. This is a little plant area. Look at how beautiful it is. We've got some potting going on the left, and Ursula is definitely tending to her garden here on the right. Look at how cute she is. Another underrated queen, I think. But inside, Ursula has a little plant shop. How amazing is this? I was so impressed by just the composition of this room. The accent wall used in the back, the way the little plant, I can't remember what these are called. They're like refrigerators for plants. But they look so good, and the items on top of them really help the room feel so full. I love the little table in front. It just felt like a real plant shop. Even cuter, Ursula's living quarters were above, so she has her own little living space here. Look how cute. She has her own kitchen, a living room. She seems to be doing some sewing, and then on the far right, she has her bedroom. I thought this was so well done. Just amazing. Obviously, as I was going through submissions for this video, I was looking for some unique builds, things I could talk about, and I loved the fact that this yard was 100% dirt. I hadn't seen that on any of the islands I visited so far, and I haven't done it in any of my own Happy Home Paradise builds, but that was so smart. It made this little plot of land feel so cohesive, and look at how cute Billy is. I also thought it was clever because this is a pottery shop. Billy does pottery here, so I was like, okay, the light dirt path kind of gives off a clay aesthetic, so maybe the creator had that in mind, like the land where he is just rich with clay that he can use for his trade. Also, look at me in front of this stew pot. I was crying. I look like I'm so invested. The way you stand when you're like wedged between furniture pieces is absolutely hilarious to me, but more on point here. I think the details in this room are perfect. I love the vases, the decorative plates, everything was so well done. I also thought it was funny that there was bread here. I was like, what if this is supposed to be little bits of clay instead of actual bread, and the water is there to like soften it up? Anyway, moving forward, we have this other lovely, stunning house. This is actually a bonus because I put 15 ideas, but this is the 16th visit we're doing. Look how cool it is though. I couldn't leave it out. It's got this bold 70s vibe, but also the furniture all reminds me of IKEA furniture. I believe this is mostly the Nordic set, which is a new set with the update. But anyway, it reminded me of IKEA meets the 70s. So many loud, bold color options, the wallpaper, everything just looks so beautiful in this room. I loved it. Really quick before we wrap up here, I did want to share my own Happy Home Paradise code with you all. So these are some of the builds that I've featured so far. I'm really happy with these. I have been so enjoying Happy Home Paradise. So here's my code if you'd like to check out my builds or follow me there. There you go. Thank you all so much for watching today. Now here I am on Willow. You know, we featured one of Willow's builds in this video. Now I'm building for Willow. Hopefully it turns out well for our coffee lover. I hope that you all are feeling inspired and that you're enjoying the DLC as well. And I will see you in the next video. That's all from me. Bye!